Coming at you from New Jersey, the capital of misery, in the place where metal forgot to die.
This is the Here Lies Metal Too Many Notes New Music Review. I'm Samantha.
And I am Maledictus, and we shall be your overlords for today and all of eternity. Welcome! What is this in front of me? This is a band called Cut. Just Cut, with Vanquish the Week. What do we know about this?
So Cut, C-U-T, all caps,
Cut
is a black death metal band from China. That's what it said on their metal archives, and it had a little China tag on Bandcamp as well.
Very interesting.
Did not find any other information on being Chinese. They're from China, so it's very interesting. There is a history of bands saying they're from China, not being from China. But we're just going to say they're from China.
Okay.
They're Chinese. Cut is Iron Thorn L on bass vocals and guitars, and Providence Zahn on vocals and guitars. And they don't note that on this album there are session musicians, Sheikah on drums, Black Missa on guitars, and Purulent Reek on guitars.
So they're like, oh, it's another two-man ordeal, but no, they actually are musicians.
And this is their first album. It was released August 3rd, 2022, independently on Bandcamp.
All right. Now it is time for the Here Lies Metal 5-point bi-directional classification scale, including categories of genre loyalty, listenability, production style, musical complexity, and just plain fun. And neither side to these scales are good or bad. Let's begin. True or non-conformist? What is it?
I'm going to give this a 2 for true black death metal. And this is that mix of black metal and death metal that is somehow more belligerent than either genre alone, also known as war metal. And it's hard to rate something as true war metal because I don't feel the genre has that depth of tradition that black or death metal do. But as far as war metal goes, this, is pretty much in line with its peers. The bulk of this album, I would say, is black metal riffs played with kind of death metal force and style. We've got a lot of blast beats. We've got a very shouting, gruff, and hooting vocal. But they definitely pull back, so it's not 100% just like blasting and grinding all the time to play like something more of like a mid-tempo blast. And you can definitely hear the riffs. So it's pretty true for war metal.
All I have to say is this is now on a very long list, a very long historical list of albums that begin with the sound of wind. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
You know what I'm talking about if you listen to that. Next, Sonic Terror or Distorted Pop? What is it?
All right, this is a 1.5, very high score for Sonic Terror. As I mentioned, it's war metal, so we've got a lot of pounding on your head, crashing cymbals, but they vary things up a lot. It's not 100% blasts, and the riffs that played furiously are sick, evil, and interesting. And it's not the same riff. It's not just pounding you in the face over and over. I've definitely heard less listenable war metal, so we're gonna give this is a score of not complete Sonic Terror, but it is still very terrifying.
Yes, this bellicose, deathy, blacky metal. I think the fact that it's so chaotic and so schizo in the riffage, that helps with the Sonic Terror because it terrorizes you because you think you have one riff and you like it, but then it moves on away from you and it takes your comfort away, and that's kind of terrifying. That adds to your discomfort. So, that's my opinion on that.
Okay. Our production scale, Fisher-Price to high production. What do we have?
All right, I give us a 3, right around the middle. Vanquish gets an average score for production. The mix is centered around guitar riffs and drums, I think. That's really the core. Behind a very large reverberating guttural vocals. Production, is very clear and well defined. You can kind of hear everybody. Doesn't seem to be do much emphasis on the bass though. So let's cross that out. The bass isn't really a priority here. I think there's one in there though. The drums have a nice, warm, natural room sound. Without being hosed down with effects. They're very natural. And this record has a good standard for that blacky death metal sound.
I think they did a good job because this kind of music always gets recorded. It always sounds very muddy and very noisy.
Yeah, we're not getting that here.
But they definitely they're riding the line where it's not too muddy and too noisy, where it just sounds like it's where it's too unlistenable.
Yeah.
So it's a very thin line to ride, and they did it.
Yep. Okay.
So our note scale, not enough notes, too many notes.
All right.
What do you think?
So like I said before, we have a lot of like riff changes and time signature variations in this album. And that's adds to the score here for too many notes.
It's like a 4.
Yeah, that's like a 4, I would say. The songs, have a complex but chaotic arrangement. And, so like I said before, don't expect your favorite riff to repeat itself too much. They're going to move on to the next one. This song isn't built like a circle or like a building or something. It's built like a train. It's like a train moving. Next riff, next riff, next riff. I don't know if they even repeat them. Like I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it's definitely a very dense sound. There's a lot. They're playing very fast, and there's a lot going on. Yeah. So, it's not really in this style to have some kind of virtuoso performance other than just being able to play really fast. Yeah. But yeah, I would say, it's intense music, many notes.
Riff train keeps on rolling. Next, fun or focused? What is it?
I'm going to say a 5 for focused. So very focused, very serious. The only part of the album that I found kind of fun is the opening riff on the last song, because it starts out with this very traditional kind of melodic black metal style, but then it like takes off into like a death metal squealy kind of insanity, and I don't know why, that just kind of tickled me. I thought that was fun, but I think they might be serious about it. But yeah, they're definitely going for a very evil death metal sound. On their bio they say, "We are cut, we play black death metal for Satan," and that's what it sounds like. It's very serious.
Everyone needs one.
It sounds like they're being serious about it.
Here at Here Lies Metal, we also have a mission statement, and when I remember that, when I get that, I'll tell you what it is.
So yes, it's some serious war metal, which is usually pretty serious.
Yeah, serious.
In line with war metal.
Yeah, war metal is serious. Metal about gore is not serious.
All right, you want to look at the art?
All right. What do we have here?
We have a credit to Sickness 666.
Mr. Sickness 666. There's a lot of six in his name. Okay, so you know what that is right there? That's a scarabus. Not a cerebus. It's a
Cerberus?
It's a scarab. It's a scraberus.
A Cerberus?
Cerberus. Yeah.
A Cerberus.
Yeah.
In space.
In space. And I was like, why is he in space? Isn't he supposed to? Isn't the scarabus supposed to live like in the Greek hell?
In Hades.
But is he guarding Hades?
I'm not sure what he does.
Like, why would you want to guard it? Who wants to go in there? I saw him on the movie.
Maybe he tracks you down if you're trying to escape Hades, or he brings you to Hades.
I saw him in one of those Ray Harryhausen movies.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Why don't you continue talking about this fine drawing?
So they animated like him on one of those Clash of the Titans kind of movies with the stop motion animation. I remember seeing that as a kid. I think was that Clash of the Titans.
You know what? I was right.
Maybe. Yeah.
He's to prevent the dead from leaving.
Okay, so that makes sense. So he's not preventing you from getting in. It's like, I want to get out of here. It's like,
He was the offspring of the monsters Echidna and Typhon.
Were they both dogs, or were they not dogs? And
all right.
The dog came
However, this drawing doesn't have a serpent for a tail.
No, it's just a regular dog.
You're supposed to have snakes protruding for him, but I think that's a bit. Cerberus is usually just portrayed as a dog with 3 heads.
That's why this is Scarabus.
So
not the same one. Scarabus.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
I enjoy this cover a lot. I like a nice pencil drawing. That's what it kind of looks like. And it's very nice. I like this. I would put this on the wall. I think it's...
Somebody drew this on a notebook in school.
I like dogs.
they're in school bored of the lesson, of the algebra lesson, and they drew this.
And he's in space.
Yeah, there's black holes.
He's just flying through space, terrorizing it.
Oh, he's just like, rah, rah, rah. He's like, oh no, it's a dog. It's like, rah, rah. It's like a dog when he's driving by and some guy lets it look out the window. Like, when some guy drives like a dog in his pickup truck, but it's not a nice dog. So the dog is like sticking his head out the window, but he's like barking at everyone. Like the dog's not having a good time. It's just like, the dog's like, wow, I'm outside and I hate everyone out here. Right? Did you ever see that kind of dog?
Maybe it just hated you.
Oh, it's like a dog that's not like it's not having a good time when his head is out the window. He's just like, bark, bark, bark.
I've never seen that. Dogs love doing that.
And sometimes dogs, like, they bring their anger.
You know what? Maybe this dog is having a good time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he could be just like,
I like that he's got like armor on.
Yeah.
He's got some gauntlets.
He's got like a little thing over here, his little collar. It's a 3-headed dog, so it's like you have one body of a dog, but 3 different dogs. One of them might be an asshole, and the other might be a good dog. And he's got to deal with the other dog because he's attached to the body with him. The Scarabus always kind of, confused me like that because it's like 3 different dogs. They're the same breed, though, I think. They're like the same kind of dog.
Same breed.
Because imagine if it was like a Chihuahua head and then there's like a German Shepherd
Do you
head.
like the sound cover?
Yeah, it works. Well, Vanquish the Week, I don't know how that works with that, but who am I to say?
I think I like the album cover enough. I don't care. I just kind of like this drawing.
Yeah,
so,
it's a Cerberus
there we go.
in by the black holes.
All right, in conclusion, Cut. Vanquish the Week. Very cool album. I liked a lot of the riffs on this album. It definitely stood out to me because, for me, war metal, sometimes it could be a little bit too much. And I feel like this is very tasteful war metal, but without sacrificing any of the intensity that anyone who's actually into war metal looks for. So it's for your war metal freaks.
War metal.
And it's for people experimenting with war metal and wanting to learn more.
When war is in your blood.
Maybe if you're coming more from a strict black metal background, you'll find this and you'll be like, maybe I'll get into war metal.
War metal.
Maybe there's...
When war is in your blood, you're killing so you see is breathing.
All right.
So folks, that's all we have for this today.
Thank you for listening.
Another review.
I was Samantha.
I was Maledictus. And make sure to hit that subscribe button for some reason. And hit the thumbs up button, right? Hit all the buttons. And comment down below if you like this or if you don't like it. Say, hey, I hate this album. Why would you hate this album? What the fuck is wrong with you? Subscribe to find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Samantha's always putting things on Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll read them. And we'll see you in another review soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.